Good evening, traders. Going to take a quick look at what has transpired this week, and this is exactly why we trade. And this has really been some unbelievable, even though we've established a new trading range and we're extending the parameters that this market has seen for a while, it's been providing some excellent opportunities from both ends. And just pretty much in a nutshell for the first couple of days, and you have to pay attention to what's happening here. The markets are acting a little erratic, and they're struggling with these highs, and they keep holding on to these lows. It is what it is. It's the range, and you have to honor it and pay attention to it. 85 to 80 has been support, and we keep coming down to this late, so something is going on. There's a bigger issue here at hand, and you're starting to get some nervousness in the markets. I just think this whole inflation hype is just over the top. The media coverage is just too much. Every article, everything is inflation's great, and everybody gets excited. And I honestly, so much of this rally has taken that into account in anticipation that this was going to be a softer landing. But it's like it's one thing that the markets are railing in anticipation and then it rallies more, when the news comes out. It's just been overdone. So, we're getting some chop. Is it something? I don't know. It doesn't make a difference. The volatility has been jacked a little bit, and with it comes great trade. So, Tuesday and Wednesdays provided great longs off of 85s. I took them on both days, and they paid off nicely. I think one day was even a sizable gap lower. They stayed down there for a while, but once they got going, they got going. And once they get above 4,500, they just do their best to get back what they can. Let's talk about today because this was a very interesting session. And I call this a kind of a professional bullying of the market. I've seen this so many times. Okay, the number comes out. Everybody's a little excited about it. We kind of drifted. We got a little higher before the opening bell. I don't know. We might have been about 20 handles higher at this point. And just take a look at how they came in both of these markets. The Nasdaq ran 100 plus points. The ES rallied almost 30. Okay, 30 handles, and they just kept going. I came in late. I missed most of this. By the time I came in, they were at 30, and probably thank God I probably would have taken a crop shot here at 26. This was I think R1, and they just kept going, and I just let them go. I'm like, what's going on here? This is just and I always talk about being patient, and especially between 8:30 and 9. There's always erratic movement, and this is just a professional markup. And why do I say that? Because it's a setup, you know, and I want you to take a look at this in both of these markets. Look at the high in the ES. They got up to, I don't know, 40, 45, 44 something. This MA was higher. It's rolled down since because of this lower close, but it ran right to the top of it and it stalled right there. Look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ rolled all the way up to the SMA and it stalled. So you got to say to yourself, what is going on? What are we doing up here? This is a sizable gap higher in a market that's been really struggling to maintain any type of rallies. Well, what do? You wait it out. Okay? And here's what happens. Little after 9 o'clock, I always talk about this. Pay attention to the first 15 minutes after 9 o'clock. You're always going to get the tell. And you started to get the breakdown from the MA pretty much in both markets. And look at momentum in both. It's turning. You're getting momentum as telling you, but you're still up here. And anything can happen. And they're swinging between these MAs. They tried one time to run them up right here again with negative momentum. And this failure was it. It was time to get on board. I took them up here and I kind of just sat with them. It's just, when it's this bullish, there's not much you can do. There's no perfect timing. You got to put your stop in, give it a little breathing room, and let the trade play out. Obviously, you could have taken the first pull down and made a couple handles on a short from 40. You know, it's all on how you want to play it. I'm looking a little differently. I'm thinking this is just overdone. I expect to see it start coughing back. And lo and behold, it kicks in at about 920, give or take, in both these markets. You can see how the NASDAQ also did the same thing. It meandered up here and gave you one last push in negative moment. All this was a shakeout right here. Back up there, failure at the MA, and all she wrote back to the downside. They tried their best to keep it up, and they too fell out of bed officially at around 9:35. Same thing here. And look at, and here we go. They didn't even stop. They hesitated slowly at R1, which was 26. They jammed them all the way down to 13, which was the opening. They tried once to rally, failed, came back down, double bottomed, came back up one last time to R1, and this was your last short right here. And this one pretty much takes care of the gap fill eventually, which was all the way down here. Actually, we got up to, I take it back, we got all the way up to 20, and then you got the gap fill. My point being is, you got to ask yourself, what are we doing up here? And you got to be looking for the short. And the markets keep closing under 4,500, and that's a huge reversal again. So, what are we doing for tomorrow? Pay attention to these levels, super important. You got this MA right here, right now, sitting at about 67 for tomorrow. We might get it early. They might pinch through it a little bit. A lower opening could be an opportunity to get long. If you get another gap high, it's going to be the same story. I can't see what's going to jam this thing's back all the way up here. 4520 is your MA. That's your first. If you get anything up there in the early morning, watch for that to fail. On a gap higher and a gap lower, you're looking for the possibility of this holding. Any hard breakthrough, and we're going to start to roll. And you can see the NASDAQ. This is a pretty significant trend line right here at about 15.1. And we keep getting down there. They keep tapping this bottom area. And I think the only thing holding this up will probably be about 15,000. So, something's going on here. There's something bigger going on. Just pay attention to it. When you get choppy price action like this, there's something on the horizon and you just got to be ready. So, once again, this is just extreme trading, paying attention. I mean, listen, 90% of trading is really more mental, 10% skill. If you put a game plan together and just think it through, and say where can this thing possibly go? How can I play it from here? How can I play it from there? What should I do when we get here? What am I looking for? It puts you one step ahead because then you're prepared for the turn. And if you get the turn, you engage and let the trade for you, play out for you. That's how it works. So, it's all on you. Anyway, that's the week. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're trading successfully and have a great weekend. I'll chat with you guys Sunday night. Let's see how this thing plays out tomorrow. I'll pop something up here on Sunday night. All right. Be good. Take care.